lot of things we have to deal with through our lives, and those problems they sometimes come again and again. For instance, looking for a partner, looking for a job, or a business can crash and you start again. I think as long as you keep going, as you when you fell down and you stand up again, and then you believe in yourself with all your heart, and you can do that, and then it will be okay. It will happen in the end. There's a saying, in the end it will be okay, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. So we have to keep pushing, and that sometimes can take years, and as it did for many superstars in sport or in movie stars, singers, or all those people we see as celebrities. It takes sometimes decades to achieve something outstanding, something lasting. People always only see the last 2 years, 3, 4 years, think, wow, that person was lucky. How lucky is that guy or that girl, that woman? But usually, hardly ever that's the case. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of persistence, and pushing through obstacles, boundaries, problems, failures.
Okay, so what can you say was your biggest learning that came up?
Oh, there are probably hundreds, thousands of experiences and learnings along the way. That is it's an interesting journey, and that alone is fun. That is just pushing through it, and sometimes the journey is the fun. Doing those things and learning it and keep going, and that gives you such a feeling of satisfaction and achievement already, because you every day you get up in the morning and you follow your dream. Every day I see my dream, every day, and I work on it, and just and you almost feel bad sometimes to take a break, to take a rest day, to take a day off, and that's good, because you have to achieve something. But sometimes it's good to let go, charge your batteries, and come back 2 days later, and everything will be good. So there are different approaches. Sometimes if we want to do something too badly, it might not happen. Sometimes it's good to relax
and it's good to keep in mind.
And keep just I think we have to keep it in mind at all times, pretty much 24/7. But it doesn't have to be the same intensity all the time. Sometimes you want to have a nice evening with your partner, family, or relax. Let go. That's good. You just start the next day again. But then we start again and we keep going. We don't give up.
So never give up.
Never give up is probably a very, very important attitude to build up, to grow in teenagers and young people, and that kind of you keep that up for your whole life, because in the end it's all a question of attitude. It's a question of how I see things, how I approach it, how I deal with failure, rejection, and the stuff. You can go home and cry for 2 years, or you can say, all right, I stuffed it up, but next time I'm gonna do it better, and I will.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
So again, keep positive and just do it.
Stay positive. That's probably very, very important, to stay positive, and just believe in yourself that you can do it.
You mentioned something before that it takes a long time to establish something. It's not just a quick fix. You imagine it and it happens overnight. It doesn't. Yeah. So how much time would you recommend to a person to take for their project, their idea to flourish?
Probably that depends on the goal. Say for instance, when it took me 4 years to write my first book, and that's out of nowhere, scratch. I didn't know how to write a book, so I had to learn how to write a book, which is kind of a science itself. Certain things have to be on the cover and the back cover, certain things have to be on the spine, they have to be a forward, and yada yada. There are lots of different things that come together, which you have to know.
Yeah.
And then, different chapters and how we do all those things, the layout. Just is a truck in there? just taking the photos. There are 400 photos in my book and illustrations, and just that part took a long time to take all those photos, because most of them we actually have taken ourselves, while working with people in seminars, or doing activities. And the illustrations I got done by different artists, and we really sat down and talk us through how we want to have it, so that actually the reader can reads a page, and at the same time he sees an illustration, and that actually says it all, because one picture says more than, you know, thousands of words.
Yes, so it's not so much the time that you give yourself and say, I want to finish it in 3 months or 2 months or 1 year. It's more the discussion that goes on about it, the flow of the things, the way they happen, and to put it all together like a puzzle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly, you put a puzzle together, and it's good to have a time frame on it to keep you accountable. Otherwise, you know, we say, I'm going to be one day I'm going to write a book, one day I'm going to do this, you know, and we never do. But, you know, if the timeline runs out, and, you know, so I would never have thought it'd take me 4 years to write a book. But it's, look, 700 pages, and it's all backed up by science, so I had to do research and back it up with university studies. So obviously it takes a lot of time. And then editing, graphic design, layout, there's a lot of things. You know, when you write a book or when you make a movie or something, it looks so easy when it's done. But, you know, in the process, there are so many things, you know, you have to think about, you have to put into consideration. And then you forget things and you have to do it again, because maybe you did one step before the other. But, you know, that step has to be done before you do that. So you have to go back and do it again.
And it's almost a little bit like going one step forward, 2 or
Sometimes.
3 backwards, and sometimes then you go forward again. So, yes. Just be aware.
And that's a challenge people facing, you know, they come across those challenges, those mistakes, and then they give up rather than following through, because it's actually fun making some mistakes, because you learn and you think, wow, now I got this, you know, now I know, next time I know better.
Yeah.
And then you do it better, and then it looks awesome. People say, hey, you know, that's pretty amazing, you know, and you think, yeah, thank you, you know, give yourself a little pat on the back.
Yes, you know? Yes. So just learn from the mistakes.
Yeah.
They bring you further, actually, and something else comes up. Yes.
Yeah, because you grow as a person, you know, with each project. I think that's a very important thing, point as well I want to make, you know, with each achievement or each project you master, you accomplish, you grow as a person. Yeah. You know, like, it's just, even if you say for instance, if you go start living in a different country, you know, you have to learn the language, and you know, have to make new friends and all this stuff. So all that kind of stuff makes you stronger, because you master it, and then, yes, I can do that. And then you can do that, and you think, I can do anything. And if you believe that, then you're on the right track, because then the magic is going to happen. If you believe you can do anything and everything.
Absolutely. And every little step is achievement.
Beyond task,
matter
yeah.
how, what, or why.
Yeah.
It's an achievement.
I agree.
So, excellent. Is there anything that you would have done differently now, when you look back?
Oh yeah, probably many things I would have done differently, because, you know, you learn the shortcuts now. But on the other hand, it's like all the, you know, pain is sometimes a good teacher. You know, and that's in many things. You know, if you learn a sport, or, you know, say for instance in my case, full contact combat sports, pain is a good master. You don't want to run into that hand, you know, again. And sometimes it can be emotional pain, or, you know, when you learn something and it's not going, and I think pain can be a good master, or it's like, probably, you know, I wouldn't look for the pain, but sometimes it's good to go through those things, because they as well make you stronger and make you a better person as well. You know, it's just, you know, when you meditate, for instance, and you sit on your legs in Japanese style, or, you know, different ways of sitting, lotus, and your knees start to hurt, you know, your hips start to hurt, and that kind of pain, you know, I did those 10 days in silence meditation retreat, and you learn about yourself a lot in just 10 days, sitting for 10 hours in a meditation position, you know. Lots of stuff you learn, you know. This is, and all those little things, if you go and do it rather than just talking about it, that's all you need to do, and the magic is going to happen, because the universe is lining it up for you. If you put it out there and you do step 1 and step 2, the universe said, yes, okay, I'm going to help you. I connect you with the right people, and so on.
Excellent. And this is really, hold that in mind, because that's so important when the moment comes when you're not motivated anymore and you feel you just don't think it's going anywhere. Just think of that.
Yeah.
I think the universe is lining it up for you. It'll happen, and it happens at a time where you least expect it, probably.
Look, the universe, to say, gives that term again, you know, Who knows how different people see that, you know? But it's definitely, if you want to do something and you go and you do it, the magic happens. Say, for instance, with that book, when I really decided I'm going to do it now, rather than just talking about it, and then I met people. People can do graphic design, you know, the former foreign minister put my forward, and, you know, there's lots of magic is happening. You think, wow, you know, what is going on here?
Yes, and you have worked with celebrities as well.
Yeah,
haven't
you know, so it's, and that is, you only meet those people if you go out and do stuff. You wouldn't meet them at home.
Absolutely. So you have to imagine it, you have to believe in it, that you can do it, and just go for it.
Yeah, I truly believe, you know, that one really important attitude someone wants to achieve something is to believe in themselves, believe they can do it, believe they deserve it, you know, with all their heart, and then go for it and do it. And then nobody has achieved anything in the first go, you know. Look at superstars in sport, you know. You see, yeah, they have scored so many goals, but then if you see statistics, that person has maybe scored 100 goals in their career, but then he missed as well 10,000 times. And we don't look at the 10,000 he missed. We only look at when he become a world champion, or, you know, Olympic champion, or, you know, a superstar, and we only look at the achievements. We don't really look at the failures anymore, and that's good. That's how we should see it, you know.
Yes.
It's just a learning experience.
Yes. So about combat sports, you're doing that, and
Yeah.
a lot of people would find that extremely dangerous. It's an extreme, obviously. So what is your thinking about it? What motivates you to do it?
Yeah. Again, you know, I want to show people. Of course, it's fun for myself as well. I want to take that away. You know, I was always interested in combat sports, and been doing most of my life. I had a couple breaks, but been constantly training and doing stuff, and always was fascinated by combat sports, by martial arts, and different different kind of martial arts, and yes, of course, of any full contact, any combat sport, full contact like boxing, kickboxing, Thai boxing, or mixed martial arts now is obviously big. Where you have no protection, that is dangerous. You know, they're obviously two guys going for it, but it's like, kind of in history as well. Men always battled things out, and if it is done in a sport, like in a sportive way, I think that's a good way of doing it, rather than going to a pub and looking for someone you can smash. And if you do that in a ring or in a cage or in any kind of other sport where you have challenged yourself, that's good, because again, it makes you a better, stronger person. Because you're obviously doing some stuff. You're doing it. You challenge yourself. You train hard, and then on the day you have to rock up and do it. And just that alone, it's like jumping out of an airplane. I had a couple parachute jumps, and all those things, they make you stronger. They make you believe, yes, I can do that.
Yes, and it is stepping out of your comfort zone, wanting to do that.
Oh yeah.
Growing, and it's going to.
I don't even know how comfort zone is spelled. How it's. I left it so many times in my life, and that what probably makes a difference. I don't know what comfort zone is. If I hang on my comfort zone, I get nervous. So I have to do something new, something challenge me, something can help people as well. Look, he did that. Look at how amazing that. I can do it too.
Yes.
If he can do it, I can do it.
So do you believe anyone can do this?
Look, probably there are, especially in full contact combat sport or any contact sports. It may not be for anyone, but some people, they might like to play tennis and become a star over there, or win a couple of competitions, or even if they don't win, even if they just do it, it's just awesome, just doing it, just being in there and working on yourself, working on your body, working on your mind to develop and to improve yourself.
Yes, absolutely. And so the secret recipe, I'm hearing it already. You're saying it, have said it in many different ways. Your secret recipe, if you summarized it all, what would you say to people for achievement?
I would say, first of all, it's good to be clear on what you want to do. Sometimes if you're too scattered and you want to do 1,000 things at one time, at the same time, it will not work. So you have to kind of focus on maybe one or two or maximum three things you want to achieve in a specific time frame. Maybe finishing your degree, and writing a book, or learn how to sing, learn how to play piano, or other, guitar, and focus and then follow through rather than being distracted and starting. Oh, I do this one. Or I do something new. Oh, this is. I want to be a gardener. I want to be this. I want to. Nothing's going to happen. If you're a jack of all trades, which you can be. Later on you might have experience in different things. You can play instrument. You are very sporty. You're doing this. You're writing books. That's possible, but it has to be done step by step, not at once, not at one time. So
it is a very, very important
focus is good. Yeah.
Focusing on one thing and finishing it before you start another one.
Yeah. You have to finish. You have to become a finisher. Like doing it and achieving it, and then tick the box, and then do something else, or maybe do something which adds on. If you want to have you have your blue belt or brown belt or black belt or first black belt, second black belt, so you can obviously do more in the same way, the same martial arts, or learn how to play piano on a concert level, or you can always add on, become better on the next level, Or you say, look, now I have my black belt and I want to learn piano. That's cool too, So you switch games, you switch, the area where you want to achieve stuff, and then you keep working on that, and that makes you a stronger person because you have that drive. You learn how to keep driving, how to keep going, rather than sitting, going home after work, switch on the telly and then watch the bloody idiot books for the whole night, and then watching other people achieving stuff rather than you working on your own dreams.
That is a really good point.
This is just, people living other people's lives, and adoring them on television, which is good. I'm not saying that's bad. But what about yourself, If you want to achieve something, you have to go, you have to do it,
Absolutely. So what are your future plans?
Oh, heaps. Look, first, obviously what I'm working right now on is I train probably twice a day and work hard on my martial arts skills to do a few cage fights. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing, and that's going to happen now. The first competition is in 4 weeks' time. So I had to battle with a few little injuries, and of course, if it's a very demanding sport, very hard on the body. Mixed martial arts, which is normally a young man's sport. I feel I'm a young man, so I can do it, and I will, But of course, usually that's a sport people do in their 20s because it is so hard on the body. The training is so hard. Lots of little injuries. No, of course, fair enough. It's a full contact sport, and everything goes.
Yes.
So here we go.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. And hopefully we can see it as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna tape it, and so obviously maybe we can inspire even more people with my next achievement. Yeah.
Yes. With that, we will finish inspiring people and motivating. That's the motto.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your talk, for the discussion. It was wonderful to listen to you, and very, very motivational and inspirational.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much for having me. Yeah.
Thank you.